Hello, this is Patrick at OneCNC West, and what we're going to do in this video is apply toolpath to the unwrapped geometry we manually created in our last video. Alright, so to begin with, let's tell OneCNC that we'd like to perform some C-axis wrap machining. To do that, we'll take our cursor, head up to the NC Manager, left click here on the Set Machining Axis, and we're going to click on C-axis wrap. Don't forget to put in the proper diameter of the part, which is 3 inches, and then for material length I have minus 2.5 inches. So we'll click OK to that. Very good. Now let's start to apply our toolpath. We'll head over to the Command Manager. We're going to go into our stock toolpaths, and let's drill the holes first. We're going to use drill single. I'll use arc center as my selection type, and I'm just going to left-hand mouse click the arc center of all 3 of those circles and then right-hand mouse click. We'll select finish, and now we're going to specify our tool parameters. This tool is going to be in turret position number 1. I already have our RPM and our feed rate set. All this looks great. The diameter of the drill is 375 thousandths. I'll click next on that. Our clearances look good. Rapid plane at 200 thousandths. The final depth of each hole is going to be minus a ½ inch. I'm going to use a CAN cycle. So we have machine cycles. We'll click next, and I'll use a G81. All that looks very good, so let's click Finished on that. And there we go. There's our first machining operation. Notice how the machining operation has this extra icon over here, the W that stands for wrap machining, and then over here we have X-axis. Very, very good. All right, now let's machine the pocket. So back over to the Command Manager, we'll go into high-speed pocket. Going to left-click on that pocket, right-hand mouse click, and just like with our previous machining operation, we're going to define the tool. In this case, the tool is going to be in turret position number 2. RPM, feed rates look great. This is going to be an end mill with a diameter of 375 thousandths. That looks good. Now our final zeep depth only needs to be minus 125 thousandths on there. That looks good on that, so we'll click next. I'm going to use a traditional style pocket operation. We'll click next. I'm going to ramp zigzag in, and the angle of the ramp is going to be 3 degrees. We're going to spiral outwards, climb cut, next. Step over 75% of the tool diameter. All this looks great, so we'll click next on that. I don't need an extra finish pass, so we'll click finish. And there we go. There's the tool path. Now let's take a look at our tool path matched up against our solid model. So I'm going to turn the fixture and the actual part back on. And then let's preview our tool paths. Head up to the NC Manager, right-hand mouse click on the toolpath group, and select Preview Toolpaths. I'm going to rotate this around just a little bit. All right, so here's our first drilling operation. Going to speed up the preview just a little bit. There's the rotation. We have a great clearance, 200 thousandths. Now we're going to drill the second hole. Very good. Now we're rotating to the third and final hole. That looks good. Now we're going to change tools to a 3/8 diameter end mill. We're ramping into the pocket. Let's zoom in on this just a little bit. Very good, and here's our traditional style. I'm going to make our tool holder translucent so we can see that a little bit better. Very, very nice. So you have control over the simulation in the preview just by using the slider down here. Left will slow down the simulation, and moving it to the right will speed it up. Alright, that's it for applying toolpath to unwrapped geometry using OneCNC Lathe Express. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.